Infidelity. I'm gonna just tell you from an Army wife perspective. I don't know about the Marines or the Navy or the Air Force. I don't know about all that. Hey y'all, so it's Kesha and I'm back with another video. Today's video is a little different. I'm getting a little more personal with y'all because I'm coming at y'all today with the unfiltered truth about being an Army spouse. I, as you all know, am an Army wife. So I'm just gonna give it from the Army perspective as opposed to just a broad military spouse perspective, because I don't know what other branches we having going on. I just know what I've experienced as an Army wife. So it's gonna be a little bit of good, a little bit of bad. I just don't want anybody to be offended, and I don't want y'all to think I'm bashing the Army or the Army lifestyle, because I am so grateful for the opportunities that being an Army wife has presented for me. But also, I just want to tell y'all the truth, just in case any of y'all are thinking about becoming an Army wife, or if you're a new Army wife or something like that, because I'm a fairly new Army wife, but here I go. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the resources. I know y'all all think, oh, people say marry a soldier, you're gonna get free health care, y'all gonna get BAH, free money to live, blah 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 blah. I just want to say, if you're gonna marry somebody in the military, be prepared for everything that come with it. BAH is not enough to be marrying somebody. I'm just telling y'all like that. BAH is not enough. Okay, depending on where you are, the BAH could be good. The money is good, blah blah blah. If you got kids, that money dwindles down. So the resources that the Army offers for spouses, you can call Military One Source at any time of the day, anything. You go on their website, they help you get a job. They have free counseling. So if you have an issue, say you need marital counseling, or say you need therapy because you're suffering from anything, depression, anything, right? You can call them at any time and they'll set you up with a therapist on site. Like immediately they'll call a therapist. You can set up an appointment with a therapist. You get 12 free sessions for each issue that you have. So that's a really good resource. They can help you find a job. They can help you find volunteer opportunities, all kind of stuff, you know. So you can volunteer with your husband's unit, around post, in the local community, because you know, it's hard out here. They have, of course, you get TRICARE, which is the medical insurance through the Army. It's free, or not necessarily free, it comes out of your husband's paycheck, but you get free healthcare as the spouse. You don't have to worry about enrolling for healthcare and all that good stuff like that, finding healthcare, because you get free healthcare. You get free childcare, like on post. Your kids can go to on post school, which is like a public school, but it's on base, on post, whatever you want to call it. So those are some really good resources. There are plenty of like groups and organizations geared towards Army spouses and military spouses to help you meet people, because of course, you know, you move around a lot. You need to meet people. If you go on base, they have all that kind of stuff to help you. So the resources are really good. I'm not gonna lie, I take full advantage of the resources that they offer, because who wouldn't? Opportunity to travel. Some people don't get lucky enough to like literally travel the world while their spouse is in the military. Some people, they stay stateside. Some people, their spouse is only in for a short period of time, so they get, you know, they stay in one location. But I have been afforded the opportunity to travel with my spouse. My husband was in Korea. I went to visit him in Korea. I didn't go to stay in Korea with him, which I could have, but I did not. You know, we've been to Hawaii. We just moved clear across the country. We live on the complete opposite side of the country from where we originally were living. So I haven't traveled this much in my entire life. We just went on a vacation to Hawaii. Like, life is good. The travel opportunities are dope. And plus, on base, on military installations, they have space aid travel, which is like military travel. So if you want to just travel at the drop of a dime on a whim, 48 hours out, they post a schedule and you can literally catch a free flight to wherever they're going. And just, I mean, if that's how you live your life, I don't live my life like that. I need a little more order. But the opportunity is there if you want it. So you know, go ahead, by all means, get you a space A free flight, child. Some of the bad stuff that they don't tell you is the separation. Okay, like me, I was so naive. When my husband went away to basic training, I was like devastated. We had never really been apart from each other, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. Like, what is this? And he was gone for like 13 weeks. And I just thought my life was over. But what really messed me up was right after basic, he went to AIT. So we were still separated. And I was like, dang. And even worse, right after AIT, he immediately went to Korea for a year. Y'all, when I tell you, had I known that I would be going through so much separation anxiety, had I known that you really have to be apart from your spouse for real, I would have never signed up for this. Like, you see in movies and stuff, it's like, oh, they're on deployment and blah, blah, blah. It's so much more than just deployment. Your spouse could be gone for 9 months for a deployment, 9 months to a year. They could be gone a year living in a whole nother country, and if it's not command sponsored, you can't go. Like, they could be gone in the field for weeks, months at a time. So you think your man got a nice little desk job and he gonna come home every night. The military will throw a wrench in your plan, and your man will come home next month if they feel like it. So the separation is annoying because you get so used to like them being around, and then they leave, and then you have to like take on all the responsibility. You become independent, and then they come back and nobody tells you how to reintegrate into each other's life. Like, that's hard. Like, reintegrating into each other's life is hard, especially when you become independent from your spouse and your spouse has become independent from you, and they've picked up new habits, and now y'all got to get back into the groove that y'all had. Y'all have to find a whole new groove. So the separation is constant in the military, and if you can't adapt to that, I have learned that this is not the life for you. I am not a fan of change, so I have been having a hard time adapting to all the changes that come with being an Army spouse, because everything gets changed at the drop of a dime, and you just got to go with it. Like, your life is in constant like chaos. I won't say chaos, but it's just always changing, and for me it just feels like turmoil. Infidelity, I'm gonna just tell you from an Army wife perspective, I don't know about the Marines or the Navy or the Air Force. I don't know about all that. I just know what I'm surrounded by. And brother, sister, when I tell you infidelity, there is plenty of opportunity for it. If you see me looking at this, it's because I wrote notes. But there is plenty opportunity for infidelity in the Army. For one, people love Army men. I don't know why. It's just like, as soon as your spouse put on a uniform, everybody on social media just want to flock like, like a piece of meat or something. Like, I just don't understand. They love Army men in uniform, period. So the opportunity is there for that, because all the women. And then when they get into the military, it's like, okay, they thrusted into a world with all these other people, right? They go to basic training, so they're away from their spouses and girlfriends and boyfriends for this whole time, and then they go to AIT, and they have these things called battle bulls. I've heard that some people have battle bulls, which is like a battle buddy, but it's a bull. And child, but yeah, and so it's just like, all these people, most of the people in the Army on the enlisted side are like fresh out of high school. So it's like college. All these young people, for the first time, they just out here in the world, want to sleep with people just because. And I'm saying like this, ain't no like an Army. And I say that because, they don't care if a person is married, right? Because there's so many of these fake marriages in the Army. Contract marriages and all that stuff like that, and dudes will say, oh yeah, this is contract marriage, blah, blah, blah. So these women out here just go for it, and they don't care. They don't care. And you just never know. It could be somebody your husband working with. It could be a random person around base, and then all these people in the military Army just add each other on social media and stuff just because they see that the other person is in the Army. It's plenty of opportunity for infidelity. Like, if your spouse is on deployment, the opportunity is there. I'm not saying that it's any different from in a civilian marriage, but In a civilian marriage, your spouse like sees kind of the same people on a regular basis, so it's like less opportunity, like not much changes in your everyday life. But in the military, your spouse can be all over the world, meeting all different type of people. And you know, I'm trying to say a lot without saying too much, but basically keep your head on a swivel, okay? That's all I'm trying to say, because these oozes out, okay? Other spouses, I'm gonna just say this. There's all these myths and stuff about army wives and all this stuff, and for the first year of my marriage, the first year being an army spouse, I had no idea, because I was still back home. I was living my normal civilian life, so none of that stuff was pertaining to me. I didn't care. But now that I actually am at a duty station, and you know, I added the Facebook army wives pages and all that stuff like that, you can meet some amazing people being in a military spouse. Like, you will meet some amazing people that will follow you throughout life, and all different type of peoples. And I feel like the older I get, the harder it is to make friends. I don't know if it's like that for some of y'all. So just picking up your life and moving, people make it seem like it's gonna be so easy to make friends, because it's like, oh, the army is like a family, the army wife community, da, 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 da. It's not that easy. It's easy if you like a super sociable, outgoing, I'll be friends with anybody type of person, but I'm just not that type of person. So it's been hard for me to find friends like these army wives and stuff. And then I sit back on the pages and I see all this little catty drama, because I just think it's just messy, and everybody just desperate to have a friend, which is, you know, we all want a friend because we just packed up our life and moved. But I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. Being a spouse also, it's like the officer side and then the enlisted side is what I've learned, right? So I tried to be friends with an officer's wife before, and she kind of just shut me down. She was just like, nah, my husband officer, your husband enlisted, can't happen. And I get it, like in work, they can't really, you know, be friends. It's officer side is if they have a degree and they're an officer, right? Commissioned officer. The enlisted side is people who just come in, no degree, choose a field, and da da da. But it's just like, some bitches, you know, some women, you can be cool with officer wives, and y'all can be cool, y'all can be friends. But some people just wear their husband rank and title, and they think like, oh no, I'm an officer wife and you're an enlisted wife, we can't. So the experience for like an army wife is so weird, because like, you maybe can be friends with these people and you may cannot, and then everything you do is representation of your husband, especially on post. Everything that you do is a representation of your spouse. So it's just like, it's a world of its own. I said all that to say that if you enter into a real union with somebody that's in the military, you have to be prepared for your life to just be, I don't know, you have to be prepared for your life to be unpredictable, right? You have to be secure in your marriage, and you have to have something of your own, because it's so easy to lose yourself and in your husband's career, chasing your husband's career. Because let's face it, most of the women, we give up our career to follow our husband, because if your husband leaves, you want to leave too. You don't want to live two separate lives. You got married for a reason. So you just have to be strong-willed. You have to be emotionally stable, and you have to have something of your own, because if you don't, this will chew you up and spit you out. And you have to be prepared to be your husband's therapist. You have to be prepared to be his wife, his best friend, his rock, his confidant, because the military, the army especially for enlisted soldiers, will have your husband picking up different vices that you never thought they would have, and they will be around all these different people, and it will stress them out. Like, you know, their morale will be down and all that kind of stuff like that. So you just have to be prepared to be your husband's support. You may be able to see some of the most beautiful places in the world, and you may live places that you absolutely hate, but you just have to find something beautiful in every place. That's all I have to say, y'all. I hope y'all like this video. I hope I didn't ramble too much. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you watch this video, you might as well watch the video of how I got this makeup look. I have the link somewhere around here in the description bar. Thank you. I hope y'all have a good one. See y'all in the next video. Bye.